Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Addicted Sisters. This photo's coming to you all the way from the year that I was born. So, that's Nancy holding me. Yeah. And we are on opposite sides, so I am going to be totally messed up now.
This just is not going to work.
No, because I don't know where the camera is or anything else now, and I can't see while I'm holding things, so it'll be interesting.
Should be a fun video.
Yeah. Buckle your seatbelts. We're in for a bumpy ride.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, it's fasten, isn't it? Fasten your seatbelts. So, this is Flosstube number 31, August 8th, 2018. And we wanted to welcome you back to our channel.
Thanks for being here. We love that you follow us each week. Sorry we missed last week, but if you could see my house, you'd understand why. It's still in a big mess, but...
This is the finished part. She finished this right before we started. So
yeah, I had to throw those up on the wall for you.
We have to have that up there to know.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't recognize us without your fabric.
They're not looking at us. They're looking at that fabric wall.
I don't know what's going to happen at Galleria. Nobody's going to recognize us because we won't have fabric behind. Maybe we need to take a picture and make a big poster and carry it with us.
With it.
Have your photo taken with Nancy's fabric. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a busy 2 weeks for me. I know it's been a hellacious 2 weeks for you.
Yes, it's just been... I'm so tired I can't even think. So when I drift off in the middle of this, don't worry. I'm still here.
What story do you want to tell the people about your moving?
Well, the most traumatic one for Jamie and I was my movers took like 5.5 hours longer than they were supposed to. And, you know, I'm stuck here at this house trying to direct where they're supposed to go. And Jamie, poor thing, was over at the other house trying to gather up everything that they left. 3 carloads full. 3 cars. And, you know, trying to get it ready for the new lady. So she's over there probably 30 minutes, and I had let the cats out as we left. She's texting me saying, I can't find KJ. The back door was left open.
No.
The movers left the back door open. And, you know, well, I'm stuck here. I can't do anything. So I'm panicking about that. And she's just, you know, over there by herself trying to figure it out. A few minutes later, I got a text. I found him.
Oh, good.
I'm like, okay.
Obviously, I saw him this morning. I act like I don't know that he's here.
But then... I finally, at 7:30 at night, they finally got done. They were supposed to be done at 2. Got them out of here. I got over there, and as I pull up, she's walking out with Sonny in the carrier and just shoves him in my car.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay then. But she's like, I can't find KJ.
Again.
I cannot find KJ. I don't know where he's at. And, you know, he's Eric's cat, so we're both panicking because we don't want Eric to be upset. And we went over the whole house. We looked in every cupboard, every closet. We looked downstairs. We looked upstairs. I went outside and was calling for him. And the neighbors were coming out like, what's going on? You know? And, I mean, we were at that point. It was probably a good 20 minutes or more.
Oh, no.
We're at that point where I'm like, we're going to have to tell Eric. And I was standing in the garage, and you take a couple steps up to get into that kitchen. And she's like, I'm going to look through the cabinets one more time. And I had taken a yardstick and gone through the cabinets. I wanted that baby out. So I said, you know, I was like, okay, and looking back at her, and she opened this cabinet door, and I saw these 2 little eyes roll around. He was stuck back in the cabinet, but he was so scared he wouldn't come out.
Oh, no.
She had to get...
This is
the big
cat. Yeah.
I feel like I'm cross-eyed. I'm looking at the wrong place.
Yeah, see, we're in the wrong places.
But, She literally had to get down on the floor and crawl into the cabinet and grab him and pull him out by the scruff.
And your refrigerator was already gone, or you could have called him with the ice.
Yeah, yeah.
KJ loves Nancy's ice maker.
Crushed ice. He plays with it, so you have to leave one right on the edge, and he'll stalk it and whack it off there.
This really messes with my head.
Yeah, I know.
I think we may have to switch our chairs back.
Something.
So, okay. Well,
I can't figure out where I'm supposed to look either.
I know. Well, it's just backwards.
See, go with the flow. That's one of our tips. Go with the flow.
Until it messes with you.
Yeah, and then fix it.
Yeah. So we should just pick up and go. We're not doing it this week. But I'm looking the wrong, I mean, like, I turn differently. So.
I know.
And my
too.
hair's bothering me on this side. And it's
I know.
like, okay, I'll just tuck it, because then maybe it won't. It's really bothering me. I had curls, and then I got over here, and it's just kind of humid and yucky.
Wilted.
Yeah, and my hair just went. So
that's my story.
Okay.
I'm sticking to it.
And mine is that all last weekend I sewed. And there are lots of steps to making the book sleeves that I do. You guys all know what a book sleeve is now, right? Looks like this, has an inside. Yeah, I love this one. And but there are several steps. First, I have to sew these two fabrics
Don't
together.
give away your
Yeah. Then I have to put the stuff
secret
in
sauce.
it and iron it on, and then I have to finish the edge inside, and then I have to make the straight line. That's the challenging part. But, I mean, there are steps and steps and steps. I'm wabi-sabi. That means that Teresa loves me, Kitten Stitcher, because she loves wabi-sabi. So she loves this crazy wing sticking out back here. But anyway, I sewed all weekend, and I have been wondering what my problem is, why I haven't wanted to switch to... See, I'm trying to look at that side, because I always look across.
I know, that's how I am. And I look, and then I look at myself, and I'm like, my eyes are going the wrong direction.
Anyway, I haven't wanted really to stitch on fall stuff, and I think it's because I am working on all of those Halloween book sleeves. I couldn't even get it out at home, and we have a few more fall fabrics to come out with, and
Wow.
a lot of you commented and wished me luck at the craft fair. Well, that's not until the first weekend in October.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I don't know if my family's going to let me out of it to come film or what, but
May have to film at the craft fair.
may have to film on Sunday, which means I won't get a weekend at all, because I'll be there Friday and Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So, but it happens to fall on a weekend when school is out.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, I get to be home all day Friday, then it's Friday evening and all day Saturday.
They probably plan it that way, you know.
Oh, well, we are not typically out on Fridays. So it was kind of weird to me, but anyway. Other comments and questions. Lori Yu had a question about Nancy's fabric. She gave a very specific location about where the fabric was, and Nancy and I, unfortunately, by the time we got that message, the fabric was down.
Packed it. Yeah.
And Nancy and I looked back at the video. I'm looking up now, but Nancy and I looked back at the video, and we have a couple different thoughts. I think she means that one at the very top, and Nancy thinks
This one?
yeah. I think they're both. Are they both
They're
solos?
both solos.
From Silk Weaver.
Oh, wait. That one up there is called Intrigue.
Ah, so it's from, and it is from Silk Weaver.
Silk
right?
Weaver. It's a Lugana, 28 count.
So a 28 count Lugana Intrigue, or
A Cashel Linen, which is a solo.
okay. And she would have to give you the numbers to see if they could do
Yeah.
it. We don't know if that's a formula on there or not. And really, we should probably contact him, because he would tell us if that's
he would.
a formula number for them. But Lori, if you need any more help, if those are not the right ones, if we're both crazy, then
Here, let's back out of the wall. There.
then maybe you
There's
can
a
just
good
decide.
shot. Let us know if it was not the one, and then I can give you that formula code that's on it. What we think is the formula code, or the name.
Yeah.
And then you can contact them.
Okay, Joanne Jones wanted to know what magazine I gave Nancy.
Well, it took me a minute to find it today.
You should have seen the dirty looks I was getting. Oh, and you should have heard the answer when I said, so do you have any previous finishes? Do you have any stash?
Ditto.
Everything I said, that's what she said to me.
I told her the stash was in boxes around my room. She could find it.
I said, I just have to ask you these questions every week.
Okay,
So.
the magazine is just cross stitch, and this is the
Here, I wrote it down.
November, December.
November, December 2011, just cross stitch, volume 29, number 7. I know some of you buy the digital subscription, and I believe that gives you access to everything if you do that. I think you would find a lot that way. Check it out before, because we don't have a digital subscription.
No.
But we think that maybe you'd be able to go back and find everything that you wanted that way.
And
So.
somebody asked when I was going to stitch that cardinal. I love it, but it's probably going to be a long, long time before I get that thing stitched.
So how many of you want to do a round robin and nobody else gets
La,
to
la,
send
la, la, la.
nobody else gets to send a project, just Nancy, and you're all stitching on her project?
Oh.
See, don't la 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 me.
No.
I have the wicked plans going.
I don't like to send my stuff away, though.
You're so funny.
Sorry.
We had a couple of new people that
Yes.
responded to our last video, and that's exciting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're back. So you came, you saw us, and then we took a week off.
Not because of you.
Not typical either. But one of them is Gigi Eloy, Eloy, and her name is Giselle. And she is, I'm probably saying that wrong because I'm saying it more French.
Yeah.
And she is a new Flosstuber. And she said that Nancy said something about, oh, we'll have to watch
Check
her
it out.
Flosstube. And Gigi came back and said, well, it's in Portuguese. But we could still look at all the pretty
pictures.
things. Yes. And that's one thing we'll tell you. Neither of us have been watching much Flosstube.
No, I don't even have TV. I don't even have it. I won't have it until Monday. So, all we've got are videos.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what was going on
Yeah.
because they were watching TV in the other room, but
Well, I have a smart TV, so I could have watched them, but I just don't have it. I've undone like 40 or 50 boxes instead, so
yeah.
and I've probably got that many or more left.
And then Pat Matichek, you had sent a message, and you sent it to Nancy's Instagram, so we pulled that up and looked at it. You wanted to know what fabric I use for thistles. That was a limited edition piece from Pole Stitches. You can go on Pole Stitches and see if you can find it. I have that piece it's on Facebook in my photo album that is 2016 needlework finishes. So you can see
It's been
it
a
there.
minute since it was done.
Yeah. So you can see it there. I don't mind if you snap a picture and send it to her and ask if she still has that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure it was a limited edition. And I'm a linen stitcher. We all know this, right? Linen, linen, linen.
Snob, snob, snob.
Every once in a while I do. I've been doing some 25 count and some other stuff that just is. But the other one Pat wanted to know about is my piece on Earth stitch along piece. Excuse me. And I don't have that with me, but I am just positive that that's a solo from Silk Weaver. And I couldn't even find that magazine this week. I was having the worst time. And I thought it was in that magazine that I gave Nancy. No, that's the second magazine. I was picking between the two cardinals which one I was going to start.
And she made me go dig that thing out. And I just shoved things on the shelves, so.
You should see. She says that it's not a big deal here. She's saving that to go through later when she can sit and have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll come on that day and just watch her play with her stash. So, anyway, the next thing is tips on being a Flosstuber. So, we wanted to say that you don't think you have to film on a regular schedule.
No.
This is not an obligation.
No, have fun with it. You know, we had to take a week off last week because, you know, we had other obligations, you know, so don't worry about it.
We love to do this, so we are pretty regular with this.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, some people do it, once a month, once a quarter?
And I think when you're filming on your own, especially, if you're only filming once a month, that gives you a lot to talk about.
Yes, and that would probably be more what I would do if I was on my own, because then I would have things to show, too, you know, and lots of stash and all sorts of good stuff. So don't feel like you have to make a schedule and you have to stick with that. That's not what this is about.
And don't feel like you have to use the same format as someone else. Don't feel like you have to use the same format every time.
No.
I got a kick out of Teresa, Kitten Stitcher. I can't think how many videos back it was, but she decided she was going to do her entire show backwards. So she had her list. Okay, most of us write out some sort of list, and she just went backwards, and I thought that was fun. So
mix it up. Have a good time.
But that's it. Okay.
How many people do we have now? 1,960.
Woohoo!
We are close.
So we are getting there, and we'll have to plan. We have so much planning to do, and because Nancy's been moving, we have not focused on anything. We've just let it all go and gone with the flow, and we're good with that. But when she has a couple more weeks to settle in and get everything together, then we're going to be planning.
Yeah, we're going to be in mode.
And you know what? Maybe because that 2K giveaway will be coming up, maybe we'll look for something at Galleria. Ooh, so there's a question for you. What would you like to see in a 2K giveaway that we could get at Galleria?
Affordable.
Yes. Let's talk about that for a minute. So neither of us are really in a place right now to be sending things out.
No.
It's just it's just not possible at this time. Our resources have to be used in other places. We will get back to giving charts away, and you know, I had just pulled out some finishes that I had that I was going to list and give away. We'll still get back to that. Don't worry about that. We will get back to it, but
it's going to be a minute though.
So they're still there. I still have a little pouch that I'm putting things into. So we're up to previous finishes. Do you have a previous finish out? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. I pulled out two things, and this poor little frame has gotten a little dinged, but I went to the Spirit of Cross Stitch Festival several years ago, and then my sister-in-law, Karen, went with me, and we took a class from Maureen Appleton, and it was over one stitching. And actually, we took two classes from her, because one of them, I didn't bring it. One of them is my little needle box.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
wildflowers. It's really a pretty one.
I've always been jealous of that.
But the other one, she had three little pieces. See, now I can't figure out where to look. There we go. I'll lean on your side. Okay. So she had 3 little pieces. One was violets, this one. One was roses. It was 1 rose. And the other one was a bunny. And I didn't find the other 2.
I can't believe you didn't do the bunny.
I did.
Oh.
I didn't find the other 2 this morning when I was just madly grabbing.
Okay.
But this is completely over 1. And it's when I learned, okay, is it focusing?
There you go.
Okay. So it is completely over 1. I loved working on this.
Very pretty.
Her class was so fun because she tells you the story about why everything she does is over 1. She's a good teacher. This one isn't even really fastened in. I pulled it out of a box that is just getting ready to get all of the little pieces in. So anyway,
there's one.
That's one of them. And the
pretty
other one, let me slip this in here. The other one, I had to look up the title of it. It's Harvest Blessings from Heart and Hand Needle Art. And this is it. And I'm going to get real close so you can see this crazy frame. Look at this. I love this frame.
Yeah.
But I also want you to see my janky fabric. It is like tobacco, I think is what it was. And it's like tobacco stained. It has little splotches.
Which sounds icky.
Yeah. See, right
yeah,
up there and right down here. There's one right down here at the bottom. There's a big old spot up here at the top. I loved it. It felt very fallish to me.
Yeah, it's cute.
So, and I have no idea when I stitched this because I didn't date this one. But this is one of the... Oh, I had this one framed at the old mill. So, cute little piece. I loved it.
That was fun.
And it was so fun to stitch. You know, I like when we get to do...
I like those long pumpkins. I think they're cute.
And you know what, Pam of Pam and Stuff likes the white pumpkins.
Yeah.
I'm with her on that. I like the white ones too. I like mostly the orangey things to go in. I got to tap this again because that messed with our color. Oh, there we go.
We're back.
I always forget that. And I touched very gently because we're not using the same thing we normally do. And it's a little precarious. So anyway, that's my previous finishes.
Very nice.
And then do you want to do
Yeah, let's do the question.
Okay, so I found something kind of fun when I was watching somebody's video, and I didn't note who it was who did this.
We've done a lot of
Terrible
these.
me. So this was a cross stitch tag. How did you start, or who introduced you to cross stitch?
Well, that was I've told that story. You sold
Creative.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Creative Circles.
Yeah, Creative Circle.
And Mom and I went to one of your shows,
Right.
and I bought stuff there.
I think you hosted one.
Well,
after
that, I hosted one for you. So that's when I started cross stitching, started learning about it, and then I put it down and got rid of it because I hadn't done anything for over 10 years. So you'd think that's an indicator. Wrong. So I got rid of all that stuff, and then Eric's girlfriend brought in the fairy, which I really should have grabbed that and shown you.
I see. I didn't let you preview the questions. We'll have to show that one week.
Yeah.
It's Mirabilia, and which one is
Garden Fairy.
Garden Fairy, yes.
It's really pretty.
Do you all know all of the stuff that goes into a Mirabilia? Because
I'm sure a lot of you do. Because there's not only the fabric and the floss, but then there's beads, there's crystals, there's treasures, there's Kreinik, there's what else? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And there's not just one or two. There's like 10 or 15.
It's what makes them all so spectacular.
Absolutely.
And Nancy's not complaining about those. It's just when you get that list, you're like, holy crap, is it ever going to end?
Will I ever have enough money to get all of this stuff?
So it was the pattern. Did you already say how much it was?
No, she got it at a garage sale and was so proud because she knew I liked fairies, and she saw Laura's piece that she gave to me,
To
Tanya, hanging on my wall. So she, she was so proud of it. She brought it home, 50-cent piece.
50-cent pattern.
pattern. And that pattern, I know I haven't added anything to it, but it was up over $100.
And she doesn't even have her treasures and things yet.
Treasures or beads. So yeah, it was a lot.
And what I remember is that you had been working in 2 threads on all of it, and for some reason you only pulled 1 thread to work on part of the, is it her wings?
It's her wings, yeah.
But they're done in black.
Yes. I wish I could figure it out real quick.
Do you know where it is?
I know where it is. If you'll excuse me, I'll go get it.
So anyway, Nancy thought, she was doing the wings in black, and we were at a stitch night, and she all of a sudden said, oh no, I'm only stitching with 1 thread. I'm going to have to pull it all out. But we looked at it, and hopefully she's going to find it here. And you'll see.
Found my Halloween fairy.
You did. Yeah. And you'll see that it really didn't make a difference. It makes them look kind of lacy. I think they look very lacy since she's only doing them in a single strand. And it's not about coverage with those, with the wings.
No.
Do you still have the 50-cent sticker on it? Yes.
Yes, I do.
Look at that.
So that's my baby. And she is I've got it inside out.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she is the garden fairy. The cottage garden fairy.
And she's from, does it say what year she's from? There
2002.
Yeah. So.
Really pretty. Really like her.
That will make you guys all crazy while you try and go find the pattern, right? We haven't even looked. We never look.
No. So this is what Laura's talking about. I have her wing done. And see, I was doing all that in Kreinik. All of this. But then out here was supposed to be 2 over. Or 2 threads. And I only did 1.
But I really like it with just 1.
I do too. It lightens it up. Because I think the black would have made it really heavy in 2 strands.
And I think it makes her look more creature-ish. It makes the wings look more creature-ish because they're fading off. They're tapering off. And butterflies' wings are not generally perfect all the way to the edge. No. So,
see?
Yeah. That's all the stuff so far.
And I copied it because I was...
You made a working copy?
Thank you. Because I was opening and folding that pattern so much, it was starting to tear.
Is this what your fabric came in?
Yes.
Or is that another...
No, well...
I bet it was another pattern.
It's another pattern.
Because that's not enough for that fabric.
No.
All I know is that Nancy had not been back stitching very long, and I got a call one day and she said, Laura, we need to go to a cross-stitch store. I'm like, why? I mean, like, I need a reason, but why?
But why would I want to go?
Yeah. Well, she bought me a pattern.
I thought I'd show you.
It's beautiful fabric.
So that's how big I need it for that.
It's a fat quarter.
So that's only 1 little bitty wing over there in the corner.
You guys know a fat quarter is somewhere between 17 and 18 inches by 27 or 28 inches, just depending on who the fabric is from. It could even be a little bit off from that. Oh, you're losing him. We'll have to grab him, huh?
I'm losing it.
She's dropping. See, it's that side.
It's the chair. And it's more than 1.
Yeah, it's a couple of them.
Okay.
You don't have shoes on. You can pick them up with your
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah.
You guys all know my story about how I got started cross stitching because I talked about Miss Martin and that I chose what I thought would be the social activity.
And
It
she
was
does
great.
make it social.
Yeah. It is now because I know what I'm doing, but boy, I was learning embroidery, and I think embroidery you really need to focus on. I have a lady that I follow on Instagram that I love.
Oh my goodness!
She
How
sells
did I get that in there?
she sells things on Etsy, and they're like bouquets of flowers, and I love it. It's like getting a bouquet of flowers every day in your inbox or in your home feed, whatever you call it
Cool.
on Instagram.
Cool.
And we talked about Creative Circle. I got into selling it right before they went out of business.
Mm.
So in fact, I had a show and I had to really fight with them to get all of my stuff.
Oh my.
I thought I wasn't going to get it right at the end.
Oh
So.
my.
Okay, do you have a favorite theme or designer?
Wow. That is hard. I mean, I like rabbits. I like cats. I like sheep. I like birds. I like flowers.
So Nancy likes rabbits because I like rabbits.
Well, I like them anyway.
Like I like sheep because she likes sheep. And yeah, I mean, it's not like they're not things that we don't like,
Right.
but
Right.
because I watch her stitch the sheep, then I want to stitch them.
I like the more pastoral, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like
Flowers we both like for sure.
I don't like real crazy stuff or real primitive. Yeah.
I like everything.
Yeah.
I am so eclectic. Now, I don't like cutesy.
No, I don't like cutesy.
That's
I mean,
not a
I
me
might
thing.
do it for Halloween,
Yeah.
but
I like rabbits, and I generally will refer to them as bunnies, but I don't want cutesy ones. I don't want cartoonish.
right.
I appreciate that somebody else does them
Yeah.
and uses them, and but for one thing, my kids are 19 and 29. I have no grandchildren because they don't have spouses or boyfriends and girlfriends, and
My
yeah.
kid is 44.
Yeah. So we're past that.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't really have grandkids. You know, I've got Austin, grandchild, but he's 19.
Yeah.
So,
So we're just past that stage
Right.
is all that is. So
right.
we're stitching for ourselves and for our contemporaries who are going to be closer to our age. And
And I like the more traditional feel of things,
Do
too.
you?
Mm-hmm. I like a lot of the French designs, things.
yes, you do.
You know, the old English looking, you know, and who's the guy? I've got his book right over there.
Yeah, I know
The
who you
Art
mean.
Deco.
Yeah, I
thing.
know who you mean.
Walter?
No.
Oh.
I want to say William, and that's not.
William Morris.
See, sometimes. I just have to help a little,
Yeah.
and she gets it.
So, but those are the ones that I like the best. You know, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So,
I always used to say that I don't like alphabets and I don't like houses.
well, that's all we do.
It is. It's the funniest thing. But I think that I got to a
And poor
point.
Katie, she.
Oh, yes. My daughter just dies because she's like, how come I can't buy a pattern without an alphabet?
Because there aren't any, Katie.
They're so cute. And I think I showed the pattern Nevermore. Or no, I was watching Pam and Steph,
Oh.
and Steph had it, and Katie walked by about then, and she goes, I would totally stitch that.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's not got an alphabet. Yay! So I did get the pattern.
Yeah.
It was cute. I like to stitch for the season that it is.
Mm.
Now, I have enough things finished that I don't
I
have to
don't.
stitch ahead. I did enjoy this summer when we stitched on Christmas in July, which I don't typically do. But I'm normally, because I do have so much done already, like when fall hits, I stitch fall. When
Yeah.
Thanksgiving time hits, now I'll probably start, any type of Thanksgiving thing. I don't. Sometimes I stitch right up to the last minute on my Halloween because it's fun to be doing Halloween on Halloween.
Yeah.
But I haven't wanted to do that. I just haven't. We're working on that Hocus Pocus box. I'm sewing all those sleeves. I'm like,
Well, it's because
no.
you're getting your
Yes, I'm getting my
your
fix.
elsewhere.
Yep.
You know.
I've been enjoying stitching on some flowers and different
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So designers, I like Bent Creek and Heart in Hand and um,
Plum Street.
Plum Street. We love Plum Street.
Yes.
Blackbird Designs.
Yes.
Yes.
Teresa.
I love Teresa's patterns that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have very many of hers yet. I do have some of the Raise the Roof designs that were Teresa and Susie Reno.
Mm-hmm.
And I love those, and I've done some of those, and I just have a good time with them. And I mean, I could name designers for hours.
Oh yeah,
I like Shepherd's Bush kits because I
don't
like
think
the
there's
bands.
a designer that we just go, oh no,
Yeah, no.
I don't like their design.
I don't need her stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
right.
gotta have everybody.
But I don't like everything by every designer.
Right.
I would not be
like
an
Shepherd's
automatic.
Bush, I don't like their little fat people.
The pudgies.
Mm-hmm. I don't like those. But I like some of their other things really well.
Yeah, their samplers have the prettiest bands, and you always learn something. And I mean, it's fun to do those. And there's silks in the kits.
Yeah. Are they the ones that did that when you finished that had the little sheep talking about giving up his coat?
No, I would have to
Stony
think.
Creek?
No, I would have to think about that. Little Lamb. I can't. I'll have to look at it.
It's so cute.
It might be
So
called
cute.
Gentle Friend or something like that.
I think it is.
But it is really sweet.
And see, that's something that normally I wouldn't even think of them. Whoever this designer is, I can't think of who it is.
Yeah, that's really going to bug me now. You talk for a minute, Nancy. What floss brand do you use?
I mainly use DMC. Honestly, I mean, now I like the others. I like Weeks. I like, Vicky Clayton Silks. Oh, I love those. I just like to feel them, you know.